Fucking stomach is killing me, man. Oh, fuck. Oh. My fucking stomach, mate, is killing me. I'm in bits here, I am. Oh, God. I'm going in to lie on the fucking sofa, mate. I'm in bits. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Morning, mate. I'm in a fucking bundle, I am, with my stomach, bro. Yeah, I've got a fucking volcano going on in my stomach, mate. Bastard, man. You know what? It hurts more than being shot. I've had problems with my stomach for years, bro, but I'm bleeding every time I go to the toilet. Like, I've just been to the toilet, bro, and you want to see what I left in the toilet. You know, it's freaking me out, bro. You know, I've been to hospital and all. Like, a lot of it is side effects of the medication, you know. And it's killing me slowly, bro, and I know it. You know, and I have to, like I said, I need to sort a few things out, otherwise it's gonna kill me. You know, I've had enough, bro. So I'm ready. I'm already going through hell, so I may as well go through the rest of it. The medication that I've been taking for 25 years has destroyed my abdominal wall. Like, I have tears in me bowel and all, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not joking. Like, it's fucking not pleasant for me. Oh, fuck. The only way I can describe it is it's like someone putting a funnel in my mouth and pouring a kettle of water into the funnel. That's what it feels like, bro. And when I go to the toilet, when my stomach is like this, I end up bleeding. You know, I'm not joking you, bro. I could post a video and you'd be like, fucking hell, dude. Go to the hospital with that, mate. But I'm made a certain way, bro. A bit of blood doesn't scare me. You know, whether it be my blood or someone else's, it doesn't bother me. It does bother me. It's mine. Of course it bothers me. I think about my kids. You know, like, what are they gonna do if I'm not here? You know, like I said, it's like whatever it is that's happening inside, it's coming out the other end, and it's not pleasant, bro. On my baby's life, and all my children, bro. On a pain threshold from 1 to 10, it's an easy 10. You get me? And a lot of people don't understand it, you know. And at the end of the day, you have to look out for yourself. You know, I see red flags, bro. Listen, see me. I isolate myself. If I feel like it's gonna benefit me, and I'm gonna have a bit more time with my kids, I'm gonna do it. I wish I never took this medication. You know, I've been on it for 27 years, and you know, I always do things the hard way. Always have, always will. Good for you, you big fairy. You shut your gob. Down your veil. Cunis, good at me, Lamar. Don't speak to me like that, you little fairy. You know, get up out of that. Why do you get knobheads on YouTube? Yeah, like I said, it's bad. If I was Roy Keane star, he'd be the Ireland manager. I'll tell you what though, it's not a bad morning now. I'm just creased up, I am at this. Like I said, imagine getting a funnel and putting it in someone's mouth and pouring a kettle in. That's what it feels like. Oh, Jesus Christ. Honestly. Nah, you're gonna get people that... DJ, you know the way I say it is, if people don't like me, that's up to them. You know, not everybody's gonna like you. I'm good with that. I don't need anyone to like me. You know, I've nearly hit 5,000 subs. I've enough, you know what I mean? And Danny G, you're a fucking sausage, mate. Anytime you want to fight, let me know and I'll fight you, no problem. I have a location for it. You get the best of fair play. No one to take the piss, mate. You understand, this is Manchester. I've lived in the city longer than I've lived in Dublin. Do you understand? And I've a lot of influence in this city. You understand? Whether it be gypsies, it doesn't matter. They all know me. The only way to prove yourself in Manchester is with your hands. Whether it be against gypsies, travellers, it doesn't matter. You don't scare me, mate. You won't fucking intimidate me. You see, I ain't an Englishman. You can't put pressure on me. You know, gypsies don't scare me. You know what I mean? What's the worst that can happen? Hey, I'm confident in my hands. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to fight gypsies. You know, and I have a brother that'd stand with me if anybody wanted it as well. You know, I don't look for trouble, but if it comes my way, I'm not taking chances, mate. I'm very good with me hands, and I've got a good kick left in me right leg. One good bang. That's all I need. Now, this is shifting, but like I said, say a few minutes ago, I'm not joking you, on a 1 to 10, me fucking stomach has come out my arsehole. How about that? Excuse me, sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like a wave, it is. It comes and goes. It's the most uncomfortable thing that I've ever had to endure in my life, you know. And I am fucking terrified because the hospital told me there's nothing wrong with me, and I know they're wrong. You know, there's nothing wrong with me. Okay. How, if you went to the toilet this morning, that much blood come out of your arse, would you be okay? You know, oh, I'm very strong-willed because I'm Irish. Here, mate, listen to me. It doesn't matter where I'm from. Pain is pain. And this is the worst pain I've ever endured. You know, and I've tried to carry in myself. In all fairness, I may as well carry in myself because no one understands it. You know what I mean? Like, some people sympathise with you that you're struggling, and you get some people that don't actually give a fuck, that don't realise, you know, I'm not going to be here forever. Yup, Fingler, shout out to Dunsink. I've got family over there in Dunsink, the Traverses. I bet you know them, bro. Elaine, Sharon, Cathy, you know, they're all my cousins. Shout out to Fingless. I've got family and friends out there in Dunsink, all the Traverses, me dad's side. You do. Me dad's cousins or something like that, you know. You know the mother Kay. Kay and my dad are cousins. You know that way. I remember when I made my first communion. Waste of time, the doctors and the hospitals these days are just not interested. Well, they've got it wrong with me. I'm bleeding every time I go to the toilet, and I think I'm dying. And I told them this, but they're not listening. You know, and I feel like I have to deal with it myself because my family seem to think I'm the fucking Terminator. You know, like, you can't hurt me. You know, but they're so wrong. I wish they knew the truth. I wish they can't handle the truth. You know, it's like, it's me that's living with it. I can deal with it. You know what I mean? I know that I'm not well. You know, I'm having serious bleeds. You used to live in Balcurris in the flats 20 years ago. Okay. Well, then you must be from Finglas all your life, are you, bro? Come here. Do you know Neil Douglas? Do you know Shannon Douglas? Hey, our dad works in a prison. Our boyfriend is a ginger bastard. I don't know his name, but my best mate lives in Dunsink. He's got a daughter, Shannon. She has a kid or two kids for this ginger-headed kid. That's Dottie's nephew. You know, Dottie Douglas lived in Cabra. My ex lived in Cabra. A lot of me friends lived there. You know, I've had friends from there that were executed. Good lads, like Dottie Douglas out of all them up in Cabra. Born and bred in Finglas. Well, bro, many years ago, I have 3 baby mothers, right? Me first baby man is from Cabra. She lived on Swilly Road. You know, she's related to Nicky Keogh. Say no more. But there's a lot of tough lads. Bro, do you know the Carneys? Do you know Jay Carney? He's a good pal of mine. Great fighter. Your dad's from Cabra West. No way. He'd know the Allens. He'd know the family. Yeah, I know loads of people from Finglas, bro. Like I said, I have a lot of friends and family out there, you know. But I knew a lad from Finglas that had a few brothers. John Root. The name rings a bell, bro. Like I said, I know a few of the boys from over there, yeah. Like Jay Carney. He's a great fighter, he is. Guys, give me a second. Sorry about that. Just getting me smarted, you know. Yeah, bro, I have a lot of people I know in Finglas that are good people, you know. Fucking great people in Finglas, man. You know, great neighbours, you know. The thing about Dublin is, you know, whether it be Finglas or Coolock or Tallaght or Ballyer or Blanchardstown or anywhere, I know everyone in Dublin. I know all the fucking nicknames and they know me. I've been to prison with some of the scariest people in Dublin. I grew up with some of the scariest people in Dublin. I've been around some of the scariest people in Dublin. My generation, when I lived over there, you know, like, if you ask any of my mates back home what I was like as a kid, they'll tell you. I didn't want to sit on a street corner. I had a job working in a butcher's. It's like, and I knew, like, I wanted to work. I wanted to do something with my life. My mates just wanted to sit at a corner and not do nothing. But yeah, they wanted to be fed at the same time. Listen, unless you're putting your neck on the block for me, you ain't getting nothing. Do you understand? Why am I going to pay you? Do you understand back then when I worked in the asylum, I had 2 or 3 of my mates working with me. You understand? It's like I wasn't afraid. And when you're 15, when you go to the asylum, you're around the maddest bastards you'll ever meet. And you know what? They were like my big brothers. Nobody could touch me in that nightclub. Not even Jesus Christ could touch me in there. Do you understand? Because you'd be fucked out the back door. You know, some of the lads that lived there, some of the lads that went to the asylum from Ballyferma that are dead. I had a good friend from Ballyer, right, called Rusty Grandin, yeah? And you know what? He fucking watched my 6 all the time. You know, at 15 years old, I was offered the job. I could not say no to, you know. I was only 15 and I wanted to be a gangster like all my mates, so I got an opportunity to become one, you know. And then I learned that you cannot fuck anybody over because it'll come back to bite you. I grew up around a load of savages. At 15 years old, I wasn't afraid to have a fight with a grown man, and all my mates were the same. Listen, when I was a kid, I was naughty, okay? Allegedly, I could fight, right? With me hands, not with weapons or a gun, with me hands. You know, I had other mates that could fight, like Kenneth O'Driscoll. He could fight. I remember him punching the face off Dino Ennis because he come up to our corner and start picking on the younger lads, yeah? And my mate's big brother, right, allegedly palled around in this gang, yeah? And like I said, I didn't have a big brother. A lot of my mates had big brothers, and we challenged them. Do you understand? I was only 15 years old. Some of these were grown men. Do you understand? I wasn't afraid of them, and they fucking knew it. Don't get me wrong, they beat me ass. I was only a kid, right? But I was ready for the next step. And as soon as listen, I already had a job. I wasn't a bum. Do you understand? My father taught me how to sustain myself. As long as there's gratitude, optimism is sustainable, and I'll always say that. So I wanted to learn, so I got an apprenticeship in Payne's Butchers. Now Luke Gilligan that comes in here can verify this, because you remember seeing me when he was a kid in the butchers on the machines and all. But and what I didn't realise was, see, my ma, Luke's ma, Spencer's ma, Yowzer's ma, Gibbo's ma, they all knew each other. Harpo's ma, Jay Dunn's ma, whether it be Bernie, Bridie, Marion Doyle, it doesn't matter. There was loads of us that moved up to Ballyfermot, right? And we went right in the head. Like, as a kid, now listen, I've no tattoos, okay? Me fucking stomach is killing me, bro. So I've no tattoos. So at 8 years old, I got that little dot on me, right? Ken O'Driscoll put that on me. On me communion, both of us had them. So we were like blood brothers. We always said, no matter where we are in the world when we're 50, we'll link up with each other. You know, and I've reached out to a few people that made this promise. We all made a promise on a street corner when we were 16 that when we were 50, we'd make sure that we kept in touch. And I'm the only one that's kept my promise. You know, I'm the only one that kept me promise. This channel has been monetized, and this channel has been paused because I wanted to prove to you I didn't do this for financial gain. I did this to help people with their pain. To maintain. It's a big strain, but every day we shall maintain, as they say. But yeah, there's a lot of good lads in Finglas, bro. You know, I remember going raving with people from Finglas, from Cabra, from Blanche, from Ballymun, from Crumlin, from Drimnagh, Inchicore, from Town. Like, bro, I don't know how old you are. I'm 52 this year, right? And I used to go to the asylum. I was about 15 when I started, I think. And I was offered the job in there, and I could not say no. Like, at the time, ecstasy was being sold for £25 a pop in this nightclub, allegedly. And I was given an opportunity, bro, to prove myself. You know. And here, bro, he didn't just handpick me out of a bunch of lads. He handpicked me because he knew what I was like. You know, I loved me mates. I was very loyal. Do you know the reason I got the job? Because I was loyal. That's why. You know, and then what happened was the asylum started, and after a few weeks, people were coming in. It was rammed. Now, you imagine working in a nightclub and you're the only person with a certain commodity. Do you understand? I was an independent trader, allegedly. So, I met a lot of people every week. You imagine, every week you're working in the same spot. And every week, the same people are coming in. The same people are buying off you, allegedly. And you become accustomed to the clientele over the weeks. Like, I was a 15-year-old kid, and I was dealing with grown-ups, You know, I was dealing with grown women, dealing with me, if you know what I mean. You know, me and Gibbo, I'm not even joking, like the amount of parties we attended, just me and him, handful of pills, house full of people. Yeah, I could tell you a couple of stories, but I won't, because I have respect for women, you know, and I have respect for me kid's mother as well. But I knew as a 15-year-old, I am not a gay, you know. I'm surrounded by gays, you know what I mean, doing the YMCAs, you know. As long as they bought my shit, bro, it doesn't matter. Hip hip hoorays. But I ended up making loads of friends, you know, from all over Dublin, you know, and it's crazy. Before dance music hit Ireland, everybody wanted to kill each other. And when ecstasy hit Dublin, everybody wanted to love each other. It was biblical. It was special, you know. It's like the crime rate went down in Dublin. The murder rate went down. People didn't want to kill each other. They wanted to hug each other, you know. And it was a special time. It was like our Woodstock, you know. And I was right in the driving seat of it all. You know, I witnessed a lot of things there. Allegedly, somebody pointed a gun at me. Fucking easy. What you gonna do with that? Is it even allowed to hear? You better be careful with that. You know, I had weapons pointed at me. Rusty had a weapon pointed at him. Do you understand? It's like, and like I said, it was snatched out of our hand. Like, you know, I could have been shot in the head that night, but I wouldn't have cared. You know why? I was with all my pals. You know, I was with all my mates, so it didn't matter. You know, like I said, I had some special times with my friends. You know, some of them are dead now. You know, but like I said, God, I'm a big believer in God, yeah. And I believe in God now. It's like, even though I'm going through a little bit, it's like, I believe in God. You know, it was one of the best, bro. I used to like the mansion houses, you know. I used to go to sides. I went to Olympic. I went to G1. I've never been the Ormond, because when I left for England in '93. You know, when I think I was 18. And I ended up becoming a dad, like, you know, so I come back at 19, right, and I couldn't get a fucking job, you know, because I had a criminal record, the length of my sleeve, you know. My dad wasn't happy about that, you know. That's why I always wanted to make my own man proud of me, you know. That's why I learned a couple of languages. That's why I have a degree. Not just in psychology, but in life. I can speak a couple of languages. You know, I got thrown out of school at 13. I'm self-taught. You know, the internet helped me, and books. You know, as a punishment as a kid, my dad, when I did something wrong, he'd beat me ass, and then he'd throw a book at me. And when I say throw it, I mean fuck it at me, and tell me to read it, and tomorrow night he's coming in and he's going to test me on it. And whether I got them questions right depended on my freedom. You know, my dad was very tough on me, you know. He knew that I was gonna have a tough, you know, I don't know, he had these special fucking glasses, mate, where he could just see fuck up on me forehead. He told me, me mates will fuck me over just like they did Jesus. You know, they're not disciples. You know, they're not your brothers. They will fuck you. Just like Judas Iscariot fucked Jesus. That's the way me dad made it look. He said, you see them mates you have over there? There was about 20, but my dad used to say, you see the 12 apostles over there? You see them bastards, yeah? When they're in a police cell, they will sing like canaries and tell on you. And I'm like, no, they won't. You know, they didn't. My dad didn't know me mates the way I knew them. We didn't tell on each other. You can do what you want to me, mate. I ain't telling you. Fuck all. Oh yeah, I want a solicitor. I've not even told you why you're here. I don't give a fuck. I want a solicitor. Why am I here? You know, and I did some naughty shit when I was younger, and because of that, me mates put this reputation on me, allegedly, when I was younger. And believe me, there was lads that had here. I wasn't a tough guy. I was a fucking idiot. You know, I was a naive youngster that wanted to be one of the lads and was willing to do whatever it took to become one of the lads. You know, like I grew up in Bluebell Flats as a kid with some tough families that moved up to Ballyfermot, who the media give nicknames to. Everybody gets a nickname, you know. But you know what? A couple of the people that are up there, I give them the nickname, you know. And most of these that have ever been to prison, like, will know these individuals, you know. We made a lot of bad choices when we were younger. You know, like, if I could go back and change one thing, I couldn't, because it would affect me life, you know. A lot of my mates are dead because they were afraid to talk about their feelings, you know. I have mates who are serial killers, allegedly, that have shot multiple people, that had put the fear of God into you, but they couldn't pick up a phone and ask for help. They didn't go to their doctors and say, listen, I've been having some fucked up thoughts, I've been having suicidal thoughts, you know, or whatever. It's like, I used to be like that. And I'd be a liar if I didn't say that the odd time suicidism crossed my mind, because I've got a lot of people waiting for me, you know. So this is the reason why I have to do this detox, because I was told it could kill me. So look here, it's a win-win for me, because if I die, I'll go to heaven, and all my mates will be up there waiting for me, and I'll be able to play Don every fucking day. You know, we'd be able to go playing golf and fishing and all. You know, I'm just hoping heaven has a golf course and a lake with loads of carp in it. You know, like, don't get me wrong, I know I'm going to heaven. But years ago I did something and I was that close from not going to heaven. Listen, don't put your hands on a woman in front of me, okay, or I'll bash your fucking head in. You see, I remember as a kid what my dad did to my ma. So I have triggers. You hit a woman or an animal in front of me, mate, listen to me. You need to do your fucking research on me. Okay? You don't hit a woman and you don't hit a fucking animal. Simple. And if you don't like my principles, fuck off. My dad beat the shit out of my ma. He booted the face off her when she was pregnant. I seen him do it. You know what I did? when he was asleep. Here, you see on his picture over there. You know my son's life. I went into the kitchen when he was asleep at 8 o'clock in the morning. I swear on my Uncle Christy's grave. I filled the whistle, well, I didn't fill it. I put the whistling kettle on. I pressed the switch, it went on. I start whistling, I took it off. You know, the night before, do you know what he did? He come in, beat the shit out of me mum. She was pregnant with me brother Mark. Right? Yeah, he smashed, there was a fruit bowl on the table, yeah? Like, a fruit bowl on a glass table like this, yeah? You know what he did? He picked the bowl up, yeah, and bounced it off the table, right? The table shatters, goes everywhere, right? He dragged me, ma. Dragged her. Anyway, my ma ended up running out over to her ma's, right? And I was left there. You know what he did? He grabbed me and punched me in the stomach. I was only a kid, you know. I was on the ground crying. He's like, what you crying for, you little sissy? Start smacking fuck out of me, you know. It's like I had splinters in me fucking feet, you know. He gave me a couple more cracks and I went into the bedroom out of the way, you know, and I stayed in there. I think I even wet myself. I was only 8, you know. You know, the next morning, I woke up early. Do you know what I did? On all my children's lives, on my ma's grave, on my nanny's grave, I put the kettle on. I boiled it. I went into the bedroom and I poured it all over the cunt. All over his face. You know, he jumped. I'm gonna fucking kill you. You have to be able to see me, you cunt. You know what I did? I drowned the bastard and I made sure the door was open and he wasn't catching me. I ran straight over to me nanny's and I thought, me nanny fucking, you want to see what was me? He broke me nose. Broke me nose. My own father. So I always said when I grow up, I don't want to be anything like that cunt. Why do you think I don't drink? It's a mental thing. I don't fuck with alcohol. I don't fuck with class A drugs. Okay. It's like, and I'm not going to put myself through hell because I have an issue with drugs. I've no problem with drugs, but I am on a certain medication 25 years that I need to let go. It's either going to kill me or it's going to be my salvation. I'm good either way. I'm ready. You know, I'm ready for whatever happens. There's two possible outcomes. I can come through the detox or I can have a seizure during it and it could kill me. But then I'll be able to go to heaven and play cards with me mates because no one can play cards in England. You know, but all jokes aside, it's like I'm going through this rehab for me little boy, you know, for me little girls, for all of them. But I'm doing it especially for me. Like, the hard part for me is some people around me, me brothers watch. It's like, you know, I keep asking him for it, but he won't give it to me. And it's not a fake one either. I like the colour, man.
It's on the back porch. Nope, all of it. Secure, okay?
The officer then confirms the ex-husband will be taking custody of the child.
And your child is in school right now.
I don't like watches. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Your phone is a watch. You know, like, I'll be honest. My brothers like watches, right? Now, I'll be honest with you. Bro, I didn't even see it. But like I said, sometimes in life you have to do things that shout out to Belfast. How are you, so regional? Shout out to Belfast, mate. Hey, great city, brilliant city. You know. Do you know? Many years ago, when I went to Belfast, right? Do you know a place called Dungannon? It's in Tyrone. Belfast is lovely. It's a beautiful city. You know, the people are very friendly. Now, the ones on the fucking Shank Hill aren't very friendly, but fuck them. You know. I have a friend who's from the Shank Hill who is a political prisoner, and he got it's over the other side of Pugnay, Dungannon, alright, fuck Shank Hill all day, bro. Hail, the Celts are here. Good meal, maha good comrade for coming in. Jude MacDonald is on him dumb. Couldn't have thought too. Loughney, gotcha. Well, you hear this, right? So years ago, right? You know, I hadn't been to Belfast for a long time, since I was a kid, nearly, right? So many years ago, I had to find me way to a place called Coal Island, and I hadn't got a clue where I was going. But I like a good journey, a good adventure, right? So I went from Manchester to Liverpool. I got the ferry from Liverpool to Belfast Port. Then I had to go from Belfast Port to the Europa bus station. Then I had to wait in the Europa bus station for about 3 hours. Then I had to get a bus from the Europa, I'm sure it's called the Europa, yeah? From the Europa bus station to Dungannon. Then a bus from Dungannon bus station to Coal Island. I found it though. Noel O'Neill, hardest man there. Okay, I know that name. I don't know him personally, but I know the name. It's like, so I hadn't got a clue where I was going, right? I had it all wrote down on a piece of paper, yeah? So I had to get to Belfast first. So I'm in the fucking taxi, right? This is no joke, yeah? I swear it on me life, yeah? I'm in the taxi cab, yeah? I'm having a chat with the taxi driver, and he's like, are you here for business or pleasure? I said, well, a bit of both. He said, do you need anything while you're in the city? Do I need anything? Right? Yeah. I'm not lying, yeah? Any black taxi fucking man I've ever met. Oh, sorry, any man that's ever drove a black cab in Belfast, right? It's like, they've asked me, do I need anything? Here, there's me card. If you need anything. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If you need anything, ring me. You know, fucking great for tourism, that. You know, that'll be £12, please. And if you need a couple of grams of coke, here's the number. I couldn't believe it. I was like, fuck off, bro. You know, are you a Fed? You know, you have to be a fucking cop. You know, he's like, nah, lad, I'm just trying to make some extra money. I'm just trying to cadge yourself on. You know, I'm like, yeah, if I need anything. I said, when you say anything, he said, anything. He said, if you need guns, drugs. And you know what? I know he was fucking serious, you know. But, funny as fuck, listen, taxi drivers can read you straight away. I'm from Dublin, right, with my accent. They love us up the north. Maybe not on the Shank Hill, but they fucking love us up there, right? You know, but I know my way around Belfast. just as good as I know my way around Manchester. I don't give a fuck about my uncle's a taxi driver being for years there. Quick as a fox. Bro, listen and I'll tell you, right? I respect me elders, okay? And it's like when you're in Belfast, bro, nobody knows Belfast better than a black cab driver, okay? But very friendly, very matter of fact, you know, like, and like I said, you know, he could have read me. He probably looked at me and thought one thing, smackhead. I had no teeth there at the time, just 3 black stumps. So I'd have probably thinking I was a crackhead as well, you know. But like I said, I know my way around because I like to navigate, you know. I like finding places on my own, you know. All you need is directions, that's it. I'm very good at following directions, you know. Like I said, I hadn't got a clue where Coal Island was. But when you get off the ferry in Liverpool, the ferry arrives about 4 in the morning, 4:30 some mornings. How are you, Glenn? Good morning. And when the ferry arrives in Belfast at about 4, maybe 4:30 a.m, a lot of people get a taxi to the bus station, being the Europa. They're straight up, no flies on them, but they look after you. I like a wee adventure. I'm up for a Liverpool or a Scotland run again soon. I see you like motorcycles, bro. Well, bro, if you're passing, how are you? Good morning, John. If you're passing past Manchester, let me know. Yes, brother, I'll make you a brew, you fucking baldy fuck. Good morning, Matty. Guys, you see him in the chat, Alexander MacDonald? That's me brother. He's texting me from upstairs to ask me to make him a cup of tea. Hey, I'm coming, baby. I'm coming. Mate, do you want a strong? Do you want a glass of water as well? One sec, I'm just gonna fill the kettle for you, bro. You see how close we are? Now, you see him? He'll speak for me, right? Now, you went to Manchester once to a warehouse project, got twisted, spent £200 on a taxi to Liverpool. No way. You had to turn around on the M60. You forgot your wallet. No, fuck, that'd be, oh no. Oh, I can feel that now. Fucking hell, losing your wallet. Morning, Ron. Not a bother, bro. I got you. I was at a house in Fallowfield. You know what? That's not far from me, mate. I got back there to pick up the wallet. There was one guy off his nut watching Babe Station fully clothed. I bet he had a cheeky wank in a sock. You're lucky your wallet was still there. You know, fuck's sake, man. £200 in a taxi. And listen, if I had been an Uber, nowadays, bro, right, now it's fucking a long way to Liverpool from Manchester, right? But it probably cost you half that now. It probably cost you £100 in an Uber from Manchester to Liverpool. Just got the wallet, couple stripes now. Mate, I'll be honest with you, you're very fucking lucky your money was still there. You know what I mean? Like, they could have easily saying to you, there's no wallet here, mate. You didn't leave your wallet here. And when you're off your nut, you're thinking and you're like, fuck it, and you go. And then the next day you wake up and you think about it and you're like, you know what? Them cunts could have easily keeping that. It's like, cause, like I said, bro, yeah, if you're off your nut, yeah, and you think you left that at a certain place, and when you get there, it's not there, genuinely not there. And sometimes we're like, oh no, I left it there. You know what I mean, bro? Where's my wallet? What? Where's my fucking wallet, bro? You know, that kind of way. I know what I'm like, man. I'm not asking questions. Bro, where's my wallet? Smack. You know, and then I have my brother stopping me. Bro, leave it. No, I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving until I get my wallet. You fucking sit down. What are you going? Go on, get up, do something. Come on. Fucking. Now look. Look. I'm in granddad mode when I have my glasses on. Well, sorry, they're not mine, they're my brother's, but yeah, granddad mode. Come on. What's this big belly? I'm coming, Daddy. Daddy's coming. Whoops, a daisy. Right, guys, just let me put you down here a minute. Yeah. You bastard, the Benny Papa 6.
Take it downstairs, go up, just tied up, I won't drill out also.
Right. I'll grab two when you probably
Listen, you know, when you like, did Alex buy sausages?
Do you want me to peel potatoes?
No, if you make a few sausages today, if there's any in the fridge,
Yeah.
I'll make dinner.
What's that going to spill, bro?
Because I'm fucking starving.
Right, well, just give me 20 minutes and I'll stick some on, yeah? Do you want some bread with your sausages?
Yeah, I'll make the dinner tonight, bro.
Alright, sweet. I'm gonna stick them on some sausages. I'm lucky I got a £20 fixed price yellow cabs Bristol. Fucking hell. Well, that's good, that. Like I said, you know what I mean? It's like we're not all thieving cunts. You know, even though you get people out there that call you a thief and shit like that. Bro, if you left your wallet here, it'd be still here when you got here. Do you understand? Like, there's one thing I do not like, yeah, being called. There's two things. Don't call me. Don't call me a thief unless you have receipts. Do you understand? And don't call me a fucking liar, mate, unless you can prove it. Shut up, or I'll embarrass you. You know, I'll be honest with you. There's a couple of people on here that I fell out with who call me names. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not on here to make money. I'm not on here for financial gain. And I'm not on here to let anybody violate me or take a liberty. Do you understand? It's like, I'll tell you, I'll fucking tell you now. So, many years ago, I used to be on a channel called The Cesspit. From that cesspit, about 150 channels grew. Okay? When the cesspit started going toxic, I jumped off it. I had a name for that channel, right? Now, Matthew won't admit this. See that channel? I fucking helped that channel. Do you understand? And I helped loads of people on there. You understand? I become a member of that channel. I was a paying member of about 8 of them, and they fucking all turned on me. You know, I went into a live one night, no names, Exposure TV. You and your little mate, PP, what were you saying about me? You felt sorry for me. You wouldn't say it to me face though, would you, at the time, Gary? Would you? And I told you here, Bro, I'm only down the road from you. You turned up to meet Ben Hatcher, didn't you? With 4 people in your whip. You couldn't do it on your own, you know. And your little mate PP said I had a shit channel. How long is he on here? And you mocked me, the pair of yous, didn't you? Hey, at the time PP was on like 2,000 subscribers. His channel was twice the size of mine. So I said, see you cockney prick. I said, listen, fuck the cesspit. I'll have my own channel one day and I'll come back with about 20 channels that I've helped grow, who are going to jump on my platform. And I'll have, listen, I never said from day one I'll have 7,000 subs in a year. Like someone from Cork said, no names, Daniel O'Driscoll, you fucking helmet. Yeah, you're still stuck in the mud, 1.7. Hey, even started me channel years after you. Where's me channel? Many subs am I on? Yeah, why do you think I'm on that many subs? Hey, because I've worked on it. That's why. You can say the fuck what you want. This is why I have a moral compass. Nobody can ever say that they pay money to me on here. You know, I purposely monetized my channel to pause it. To pause me monthly fees. To pause me membership fees. You know, I could unpause it any day. Unpause it any day. Open up my StreamYard, do super chats, have loads of different people come in. All the people. Shout out to Norway. How are you, Ollie? Good morning. Thank you for coming in. I was watching a movie last night about Norway. A war movie. Fucking sick. Ron, I'll be honest with you. Years ago, I become a member of 5 or 6, 7, 8 channels, right? I was a paying member, Ron, and you know what? Not one of them ever give me a shout out. Not one of them made personalised videos for me. Not one of them give me a loyalty fucking badge. That's all I got, a loyalty badge. Fighting Irish Jerry, out of all them. See him? I paid him $5 a month for his channel because I wanted to learn about YouTube. You know, I hadn't got a clue, and Jerry learned me a little bit in all fairness. Like, at the time, the only 2 decent Irish channels, as far as I'm concerned, was Rowland's and Jerry's. You know, it's like... And I become a member of these people's channels now. I get on great with Ronan. But, like I said, Jerry, he promised me certain things and he didn't deliver. And I give him time to do it. And it's like he let me down. He let me down big time. You know, and sorry about that, guys. My live was muted. So again, I did this all on principle. I'm not perfect. I'll never say I am, but everybody has an angle on YouTube, and my angle is to create a community within a community, and the only way I'm going to get close to people is by helping them grow their channel. And then all I'm going to ask you to do, you can either buy me a coffee or you can donate £1 to a project that I'm going to put in this garden. And at the end of the day, yeah, I don't make money off YouTube. I'm doing this to help people. Do you understand? I've helped more than 15 channels grow. I'll put their name in the description of me videos. I make personalised shorts for them. I'll shout their channels out every time. Like a lot of the people that come in and out of my channel that have 15, 20 subs, I say to them, listen, if you're serious about your YouTube channel, I can help you. I can lead you to the door. I can help get you 50 subscribers for free. And I only want one thing in return. You can either buy me a coffee, even though I don't have a link. So how are you supposed to do that? But anyway, forget about it. It's like I haven't got a link. But when I do have a link, if you want to donate £1 to this project, or if you don't have to. Nobody owes me anything. I did this off me own back. You know, it's like when I look at Finn. Now, this is what I'm saying. Finn's channel is monetized now. So this is Finn. Finn has his own brand. Do you understand? He's got his own channel. He's entertaining. He's funny. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's in recovery, and he's my mate. And it's like, I'm proud of him. You know, it's like, he just cracks me up. And I knew, it's like I said, all I want to do is to grow a community within a community. And when the time is right, and believe me, we are getting closer. We are getting really close. And when I'm going through the worst pain in my life, I'm going to open my StreamYard and I'm going to bring on every channel that I've helped. And I've not asked them for fuck all. Not a membership fee. Not a coffee. Because I haven't got a fucking link for you to buy me one. Okay? But I will have, but it won't be for a while yet. You know, and like I said, listen, I'm paying for my own shit. I'll buy my own one. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get one of me mods to do a GoFundMe to get me a shed in this garden. Now, I can save the money and I can get it myself. But at the end of the day, I don't make money off here. I can show you the last 3 years how much I've made, and it's 000 every month. I have screenshots of it. I can post it and show you. My channel is monetized, but I paused it. You're probably saying to yourself, you don't pause it. You know, membership fees, open up StreamYard, do super chats, make personalized videos for people who have 20 subs that are trying desperately to get to 50, that say, Jude, I'll buy you a bleeding coffee. Will you help me channel grow, bro? Can you give me a shout out? Can you make a video for my channel? You know, you've nearly 5,000 subs, bro. You can help me. I've had loads of people do that. Say, bro, please. You know what I mean? I'll donate whatever you want. And I say to them, listen here, I'm not helping you for a donation. I'm helping you because you're going to contribute to this community. Exposure TV and PP. I told you years ago on your channel, one day, I might have a shit channel now, but one day I'm going to come back and I'm going to bring about 20 channels with me. Hey, and I'll have me 5,000 subs by then, and I'll walk all over your channel. You know, I told you years ago, meet me, but you wouldn't, Gary, would you? And you think I forget that when you embarrassed me that night. You said you felt sorry for me because I was on medication, didn't you? I'm not on that medication anymore. Split your fucking wig. Sorry, you've already a vagina on your mouth, haven't you? Hey, right there, haven't you? In all fairness, I used to get on with Gary. And in all fairness, I don't have an issue with him, but see him and PP deliberately embarrassed me one night on his channel. And I said, one day, dickhead, You see, I'm not on here for what you're on here for. You know, I'm not on here to take me ma on holiday because she's fucking not here anymore. You understand? But you embarrassed me that night, didn't you? And I told you, one day I'll come back and I'm going to bring an army of channels with me. Hey, and they'll all support me, you know why? Because I never asked them for money. Not like you robbing cunt. You know, how can you say you care about people when you charge them money? That's the difference here. I'm stupid like that. I could make money on YouTube easy. You know, easy. You know why? Because I can guarantee you one thing. I can get you 50 subs. You know, and once you have 50 subs, you have your own channel. Then you tell the world your story. You network with people. You go in and out of people's lives. You say nice things to people. And they might subscribe to your channel. Like, you be respectful. I go into loads of people's channels. Wayne O'Reilly. I don't, John, no. I know Glenn Riley. Oh, I don't know whether his name is O'Reilly. I'm sure it's Glenn Riley. He has a brother. Yeah. But, nah, listen. I'll be honest with you. My channel got stolen off me. And I was very upset. Because the person who stole it off me was my friend. And I seen him kicking a dog. You know, it's like, once you see something, you can't unsee it, right? So he kicked the dog, and I fell out with him. And I'll be honest with you, I could do with his help right now. You know, but we ended up falling out because I'm looking out the window. I'll give you an example, right? I'm here, looking out there. The dog is where the table is. Just imagine that's the dog. I seen him chasing the dog and volleying the dog, and the dog running over there. So I opened the patio like that. I was like, hey, what you do there, bro? Bro, what you kick the dog for? Do you know what he said? I didn't kick it. I was like, listen, bro, don't call me a fucking dummy, mate. Do you understand? Look behind your head, you fucking gobshite. You see them cameras that are watching you? I'm going to ask you again. Did you kick that dog? No. Get out of my fucking garden. Get out of my fucking garden, bro. You know, Mark will tell you. I told him to get out of that fucking garden, mate. I'm telling you now. Listen, don't do two things in front of me. Don't hit a fucking chick and don't kick an animal. Because I have triggers, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, dogs don't ask to be kicked. You know, and I love dogs like I love me children. You know, me daughter has a dog, you know, called Dexter. She named him after serial killer. Good morning, Lise. You know, okay. Let me take this fucking thing down. My stomach leaks this morning, honestly. I had a massive bleed, I did. You know, it's fucking murdering me. No, I was just saying, like, you know what I mean? The two things that trigger me is seeing animals cruelty or seeing someone hitting a chick. It's kind of shifted a bit. But listen, I'll ring Thomas at about 12, half 12, right? Yeah, it's fucking the same. It is. It's murdering me. You know what I mean? But I'm going to ring up today and see if there's any news about me residency. You know, I'm going to have to follow. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get a load of clothes to take with me. I'm going to have to print out a few photographs as well, you know what I mean, to take with me, because I don't believe in coincidence. I believe things happen for a reason. And there was something I've always wanted to do on here. He's not out till 12, so 12:30. Yeah, that's not a bother, Legs. Oh, I'm going into rehab, bro. No, but at least, yeah, man. Yeah, it's like I'm in a routine, bro, where I don't drink alcohol. I don't take drugs. I smoke loads of weed. But I'm on a certain medication. You know what I mean? Like I was a heroin addict many years ago. And when I come to the UK, I went on certain medication, and I wish I never went on it. You know, and people say to me, Jude, you don't look like you're on anything. You know, you just seem normal. Maybe to you, but it's like if I hadn't got this medication, I wouldn't be normal. I'd be climbing the walls. You know, I was told that it could kill me because I have a neurological problem. I sleepwalk, bro, and I have fucked up nightmares, but I've collapsed a few times in the last couple of years, and I'm starting to notice things in my body changing. I have horrendous side effects, bro. Nearly every day I go to the toilet and bleeding, you know, and I'm fucking terrified, I am. Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like, bro. That green shit. And like I said, it's like I'm stuck in this cycle, bro. And I smoke a lot of weed, and I'm fucking sick of it. You know. Like I said, cannabis has a detrimental effect on your mental health as well. You understand? It's the weed as well. Like I'm on antipsychotics, I'm on antidepressants. I was on a mood stabilizer. I was on fucking, you know, like, bro, I used to take, this is no joke, when I first, about 21, yeah, I was taking 300 a day, right? I was getting prescribed 110 at the time a day, and I was buying 200 on top of that every day off a lad that used to live on the road. And you know what? He used to sell it to me for 200 for a tenner, the green one. Right? Bro. 30 years. 300 mil. I was taking at one point. Just to, to get wasted because I liked the feeling at the time, right? Now, that's enough to kill a horse. You know, like, I was only prescribed at the time, and I got all the way down to 5. And then something traumatic happened to me. I had a breakup, and I ended up taking more. And I got all the way down to 5 from 300. You know what I mean? I was there. I was fucking there. And my relationship broke down. I lost my dog, my house, my sanity, and my will. You know, I just give up. You know, I tried to end my life and all. Like I said, most of my life, I've taken drugs. And then what happened was I met somebody. I ended up having a son, and we ended up having a son, and it's like, I was like, you know what? I'm fucking sick of this. So, do you know me medical history? I sleepwalk, okay? Sometimes I sleepwalk, okay? And it's a side effect of medications now. I've already spoke to the doctor, and worst case scenario, I could have a fit and die. Best case scenario, I'll go through hell, then I'll go through hell again, and I'll come through hell. Please God, God willing. Like I said, it's costing £12,000 for 23 nights. Yeah, bro. I think you know the one, bro. It's a substitute for a Class A drug. And here's the thing: you get a lot of people that run you down, you know, and call you names, call you a junkie, call you this, call you that, and the same people that are calling you names are going out and snorting cocaine at the weekend and having 12 pints of lager. And then they've the bollocks to call me a junkie, and I'm not doing fuck all but smoking weed. You know, I don't fuck with drugs. You know, I used to love drugs, but they could have killed me. You know, and at the end of the day, it's like I live with two other men that are anti-drug, which is a good thing for me. You know, because my brothers know if I'm flaky or not, and they're not afraid to confront me and tell me. You know, I'm trying to please everybody in all fairness. Like, I'm not perfect, and sometimes when we go through traumatic shit, or if we're having an argument with the missus, or if we're fucking, some of us might have a point, and then after 2 points, you're like, can I have a whiskey with that? Or can I have a Jaeger with that? And it's like, you can get bollocks drunk, right? But if I go out and have a fucking stone, let's say, right, I'm the worst in the world to society, you know. Like I said, I'm drug free. It's like, yeah, I smoke a lot of cannabis. I won't lie about that, you know. But other than that, you know, I just want to, you know, I want to do this. Like, I've already been told it could kill me, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm prepared to die, you know. And if I die, I've loads of people waiting for me. If I die, I get to see me ma and me granny and me little brother and sister and Bert and all. So it's a win-win in a way. It's not really a win-win because it's going to probably, like I said, because of certain things that's happened to me, because I've had a couple of, not seizures, but I've collapsed a couple of times. Only for Lisa, I don't know what I'd have done, because it's like, she was the one that found me, you know. I was on the ground, I didn't know what the fuck had happened to me. I was like, what happened? Why am I on the ground? You just had a turn or something. My dad died at 42. He was swallowing 60. Fuck's sake. His knee's done. I was always in pain. Bro, listen. Rest in peace to your dad. Bro, look. Everybody expects me to be solid, right? Now, when I grew up in Dublin, I got involved in things that I should have never gotten involved with. And because of that, I ended up getting shot. Right? Not in Ballyfermot. It doesn't matter where I was shot. I can show you. I can show you an entrance wound. I can show you an exit wound. I'm in pain with this constantly. I've got degenerative disc disease. Every time I have a shite, I'm bleeding. I have to face a rehab, and I've never been weaker in my entire life. I can't even fight off a cold, bro. Because I'm on antipsychotics and antidepressants, they fuck with your immune system. Because I'm on this medicine, it fucks with your immune system over the years. Found a bag in Birkenhead, but I've been 25 bits and I gave it away. Well, I'd have selling it, me. You know, I'd have selling it and I'd have putting the money towards me gazebo. Hey, imagine finding 3 ounces of it. But like I said, it's the devil's drug that, you know, like, there's a lot of people on YouTube that have addiction issues, that have alcohol issues, and there's no difference between alcohol and drugs. You know, I'm going into a residential place for 21 nights and it's going to cost £12,000, right? And then after that 21 nights, I'm going into a facility, an aftercare facility, for 26 weeks. And that's going to cost £13,000. So if you add 12,000 and 13,000, that's 25 racks it's costing for my treatment. You know, 25 grand. Sorry about that, guys. Nah, look at the way I see it is, it's like I'm trying to fix a few things. And I believe that my mother is watching me. I know she watches me. Like, she come and visited me and all in me dream, man. No. Oh, you fucking twat. You bastard. Well, bro, I've ran out. I'm just waiting to be reloaded, you know. But, yeah, it's like, you know, sometimes in life you have to admit your faults, and I've a lot of support, you know. I've got an amazing family, you know. I've got amazing kids. Thank you. Same to you, mate. Guys, I need me mods to do me a favour. You need to be checking the people that are coming in. New people, making sure they're over 18. Like I said, I've been plotting this for the last few years. I was part of a channel called The Cesspit. That was great. Some nights to be 1,500 people in there. Some nights to be 2,000 people in there. You know, everybody who had a channel were in and out of there. Okay. And a few people got put in that place and didn't like it. You know, picking on somebody that has children, threatening people that you're going to go to their door and all that shit. You understand? So, like I said, you need to be careful who you make threats to. You know, it's like, and a few people made threats and then they fucking shut up. You know, like Hector started saying he was going to do this to Dougie, right, at the time. Now, I'll be honest with you, I know Dean and Dougie years, right? I'm not a fan of Dougie. I don't like him, right? Now, I know you mightn't like Dean or whatever, but I'll be honest with you, out of the two of them, I'd pick Dean over Dougie. I don't see Dean. He's not a bad lad. I remember him coming into a gym with a skinhead, and he was like that, trying to learn kickboxing as a kid. Do you understand? And he remembers me, and I get on with him. Before he got nicked, we were supposed to do something at the Etihad because he's a big Man City fan. But so a fella called Hector was fucking threatening this fucking traveller, and I said, bro, them fuckers will come to your door where your kids are. You know, you need to shut your mouth, you know, because you're going to get your fucking family into trouble. I don't like fighting. You know what I mean? I try to stay humble. You know, my dad taught me how to be humble, you know, but he also taught me how to fight. You know, I'm not a tough guy, bro. Hey, and some people don't like the fact, right? I've not called anybody out on this. Listen, after the cesspit, everybody went their separate ways, and people start calling each other out. You know, you're a fucking nerd, mate. You know, stick to what you're good at. You know, because you have to be careful who you threaten. You know what I mean? Because people can roll up on you like that. You know, so I ended up falling out with Matthew, who owned the channel. I called it that name. I called it the cesspit. You know, he stole my idea, but I was okay with it. You know, it's like I had to fight his battles. You know what I mean? And there was a few people on here making threats towards him. You know, like fighting holes. Bro, I just do that to you. Look. You know, easy. You know, don't pretend that you can fight if you can't. Because you're going to get unstuck when you get hit in the jaw. Straight away. I don't talk, man. I just bang. But like I said, listen. You can say what you want about me. You can call me whatever you want. But I have got morals and principles. Hey, I could have ground this channel into a monster by calling people names and calling people out to fight. You know, I don't look to fight off anyone. You know, only Bowsies do that. Only Goodiers do that. You know, my father taught me, listen here. You know, see bullies, the best way to deal with them is to put it on them. Straight away. Even if they're with all their mates, that's the best time. Because the best way to embarrass somebody is doing it in front of an audience. Do you understand? Yeah, you're not so tough, are you now, mate? Look at you, you're on the ground and I have my phone like that. Yeah. We're waiting for the reload. Bro, I'll be honest with you, yeah. On YouTube, a lot of people have grown their channel from calling people out to fight. Bro, I'm not on here to call anyone out to fight. You know, I'm not on here to make a shitload of money. I'm not on here to extort people. I'm the only one in their circle that actually gives a fuck about you, man. Everybody else charges, bro. That's how you can tell if a person has good intentions. Bro, go look at my community page. I said I'm doing this for something much bigger than money. You know, and when the time is right, I'm going to send out a few videos and I'm going to say, okay, we are doing a stream here tonight. Every channel that I've ever helped, I'm calling upon you to help me do this. To help me unite the clans and light the fucking beacons. You get me? Listen, see that cesspit was my channel. Half of it was mine and I got robbed. But I'm glad I got robbed. Fighting Back United got robbed. And I said I'd come back one day and I'd have a decent channel. Except for I'd bring a few mods with me. And I'd bring a few people who have helped with their channel. And when the time is right, and it's going to come very soon, I'm going to unite the clans. That's a metaphor for bringing channels together. And then I'm going to light the beacons. And it's going to look like fucking Gondor, me. You know, unite the clans and light the fucking beacons. You know. And that's what I'm here to do. And listen, I've built it and they will come. Jude McDonald is and I'm dumb. And I've built it. You know, and here's the thing. I've helped loads of channels. And they're all going to help me when the time is right. And all they have to do is to show up. You know, if I say I'm doing a stream here tonight and I'm going to bring on 7 or 8 people, listen, I never do it. I haven't done it. This has all been an experiment, you know. I knew that if I could help a few Irish channels get past 50 subs, when the right time comes, they'll back me. You know, and I have a couple of good horses in the race, you know, that represent our community, that represent our city, where we're from, being Dublin. And see Finn and Francie, I'm telling you now, them two channels, if you're not a member of, it won't let me become a fucking member. It's saying I have to put in my password. I don't know it. But like I said, I believed in Finn when I first heard Finn talking about addiction and suicide and life and this and that. Hang on a minute, I've made me brother some sausages, right? Let me bring them up. And I listened to Finn and I was like, you know what, you see him? I'm going to invest my time, some of my time into Finn. So what I did was, I started adding Finn to my description in my videos, right? I'm just picking up a bit of fucking tobacco I've dropped on the floor. So anyway, so Finn, I said to myself straight away, I knew Finn was going to have a good channel and a good story, because he wasn't afraid to talk about it, and Finn wears his heart on his sleeve, right? So, a few others come along, Jordan, Jono and Jay. They all come. It's like, and then they disappeared. We have a couple of mods that are missing in action. Scott, Straight Jacket, I don't know where he's gone, you know, but everybody misses you, bro, and loads of people have mentioned you. If you get to watch this, our Chopper doesn't come in. I think he might come in and watch me the odd time, but shout out to Chopper. Like I said, this has always been about building an army of channels. And when the time comes, bring every one of them channels together that I've helped. And here, we're talking nearly 20 channels, and I don't need to name any, you know, but see the Irish ones, you know, like I said, this is personal for me. Like, a few people tried to fuck me over. Do you understand? They tried to fuck me over. Fuck off. Right, that needs fucking down. So, normally, we've ran out of paper. Normally you put fucking paper in that air fryer, but fucking we ran out of it. But hang on, I'll just bring up me brother some breakfast. Now listen, like I said, see, family, if you haven't got family, you haven't got nothing. You know, family is everything to me. You know, like, I have good family values, morals, principles. Like, there's a few people on here. Listen, you couldn't wear my fucking jockstrap, yeah? You see, you can call me all the names you want. You understand? But I bet you're charging people, aren't you? You know, so nobody can give me any shit on here, because I purposely, I'm stupid. I got my channel monetized, yeah? I set up my membership thing. In a couple of weeks, I had 80 members at £2 a go. Now, I could have charged them £3 for personalised shorts, putting your name in my channel description, every bit of content I make, putting your name in the description in my videos. Nobody helped me when I come on YouTube. You know, nobody helped me unless they got fucking money out of me. Yeah, nobody helped me when I first come on here. You know what I mean? I had to do it the hard way. You know, hey, I had to do it the hard way. And the hard way is not calling people out and not insulting people and thinking I'm a fucking bad man and all that. Because I had an alleged reputation when I was younger that I didn't put on me. You know, I can't help if other people said that I was a maniac. You know, like I was dealing with a lot of fucking trauma, you know, and the only way, like I said, listen, Like, you get people in life that if they're in a fight, they start giving it all this. Whereas me, listen, my father taught me an easier strategy. If somebody is disrespecting you and they get within tagging distance, then tag them. Render them unconscious. Like I said, I don't cause trouble, I'll finish it. You know, like I said, leave me alone, mate. I don't want no bother. You know, I don't want to fight. Don't make me. You know, because it's you, you're going to lose. It's either you or me. One of us is going to get put to sleep because I'm not the kind of person that you'll fight, that'll punch me in the face and I'm just going to walk away. Do you think I'm going to walk away? Listen, let me put the butter down. Bam! Keep that guard there. One second. Am I not a good brooder? You know, good brother, what? Am I a good brother, or what? Come on, me box. Come on, me fight, right? You had a fight, right? Oh, man. And together we can take it higher. You feel so good when you're not being good. Oh, oh.
Detective Dan's approach here is so incredibly outdated and that it actually seems to boost the suspect's confidence. It's the detective, in fact, who gives off a nervous disposition. He'll begin stumbling over his own words and simultaneously mixing up his analogies, which never made a great deal of sense to begin with.
Now, is there anything else that happened in the house that you didn't tell us? That you left out, or we haven't asked you, that would be important? Or in the time that you drove around a few hours?
1 sec.
Did you ever really go back to the house?
You'll also notice that something else every now and then, but unfortunately, she's not the one leading this interrogation. That would be the detective who keeps bringing up Jesus, to a guy who just murdered his family to go jerk off in a parking lot to a Bulgarian can model.
Things I could do for you, I can't deal with someone who lies
I will when I have my sandwich, bro. But like I said, I bring people together. Some of my mods will tell you my way works, bro. And don't get me wrong, I get on with most people on YouTube. There's a lot of people on YouTube a lot longer than myself. Now, I've only a small channel, but my small channel has been responsible for helping at least 15 channels, right? Over time. And half of them that I've helped have left. You know. But the ones that remain, like I said, it's like Finn's monetized now. Francie will get monetized. Like there's Mousie's channel's monetized. Mousie's channel's a monster. You know, like Mousy, he's on over 30,000 subs and he did it in a year. I don't know how the fuck. Well, I do know how. He went out and did the hard work and put the groundwork in. That's what you have to do. You have to put the groundwork in. Look, do the content, make the video, show the fuck up. You know, show up.
You need the Gillette Venus Intimate range.
What did I send you a turn £100 into £10,000? Didn't know you were a magician.
Fuck off. But nah, like I said, it's like I always knew I could help a few people. So, long story short, I'm good at helping channels that are on 10, 20 subs that are trying to get to 50, and especially dubs. Like, see me, right? My way works. My method works. You know, I know, like I said, it's your channel to grow is by somebody helping you, okay? Can you hear the birds? Rest in peace to Bobby Sands. Every time I come out here and I hear the birds, the blackbirds, I think of Bobby Sands when he was down his hunger strike, you know. He was blind. You know, he went blind. He couldn't see no more. He could hear. When you go on hunger strike, when your body is breaking down, certain things start to go wrong. You go blind. He refused water and foods for 66 days. You know. He said, I know I'm going to break me mother's heart. He said, but I have to do it. You know, no matter how much pain he was in, he had to do it. It was a suicide mission, basically. You know, I've watched that documentary so many times, 66 days, about our comrade, Bobby. You know, brave man, patriot. You know, and like, for them to see the way things are now, it's like, it's fucking, you know, Ireland's fucked. Ireland's like a big fat minge. Sorry, but I'm being honest with you, it's like a fanny. And it's getting poked and rode every day. Like a donkey. But, like I said, I always had got an agenda on here. I wanted to get a channel where people come in and they're not afraid to talk about their feelings, their mental health, their label, their issue, their problem. Some people don't even know they have a problem, even though it's fucking obviously you've got a problem. But the thing about men is we don't talk. You know, women can talk about their problems. They can go into a fucking cafe or a nail shop or a salon and they can talk about their life, how much of a cunt their boyfriend is. And you know what I mean? Whereas men, we tend to hold things inside. But I was raised by a fucking tough man. And he told me men don't cry, like, and I tried my best to honour that. You know, even now he's dead, like, you know, he learnt me a lot of things that helped me become a good dad and helped me get me first son to the doors of university. You know, education's the way forward, not looking up the gangsters and villains like I did. You know, I was around some of Dublin's finest, you know, because I was a fucking sheep, you know, and I wanted to be like the rest of them. Except for I wanted to work, I wanted to contribute, I wanted to get involved, I wanted to get my hands dirty and my face if need be. You know, and the rest is history. You know, like working in a club like the Asylum nightclub at the time, it was like I'd have working there for free, if the truth be told, you know, just to get myself and two of my mates on the guest list. I'd have done it for free. You know, but I had a courtesy. I was allowed 3 friends on the guest list. 3 friends I was allowed to take in with me for nothing. I didn't pay in, so they're not paying in. They're with me, you know. I felt like a little bollocks, you know, at 15, 16, because I was mingling allegedly with all the big dogs, you know. And he learned me valuable lessons, you know. I had an attitude problem, me, you know. And he made an example out of me. And he needed to, you know. Like I said, when you do certain things, there's consequences and repercussions for your actions. You know, and I learned that real quick. You know, yeah, I couldn't walk when they left me. Like, I was grabbed from Finglas. I was in Finglas in a gaff and Dunsink Drive, I think it was. I come out the door, I'm walking down the road. Next of all, I hear vans braking dead hard, door opening. I didn't have a chance to turn around, and I was hit with a block in the back of the head, and it knocked me clean out. And then as they were fucking me in the van, I woke up, but they put a hood over my head, allegedly. You know, and I was getting hit with wheel braces, a bat, fists, and that was in that van I was getting hit with. All my old pals will tell you, out of us all, C. Jewett was the first one. Allegedly, I got tortured in the orchard. You know, you don't fuck about up there. Like all the bigger lads I used to look up to at the Red Wall gang, you know, you have to understand, right? It's the same all over Dublin. You have gangs of fucking mates. We weren't a gang. We were just a group of friends, you know, that ended up going on to be labelled a certain nickname. Like, I was in goal for a certain... I was in goal for Gallanstown Boys, yeah? And we had the maddest football team you could ever pick. A big bunch of misfits, you know, I'm telling you now, man. We got thrown out of the league. We were playing Green Hills or Greenfort or Green something in Crumlin. And the referee sent me mate off. So me mate decided he was right next to the fucking corner. and there was a flag post. So he got a straight red card for kicking someone. And then he started chasing the referee around with the fucking stake pole. Jay Dunn, rest in peace to you, bro. You know, fucking mad bastard. Like, I grew up with him in Bluebell. You know, myself, Kenneth and all. You know, and he was a tough lad. A lot of my mates were afraid of him, you know what I mean? But a lot of them didn't know. I beat his ass when we were kids in Bluebell, you know. And his dad brought the dog out. Now, Jay's sister Sharon is my sister's godmother, you know. And like they grew up in the flats with me as well. Pato Dunn and Jay Dunn, you know. There was about 6 families that moved up, you know. Myself, the O'Driscolls, the Dunns, the O'Sullivans, the Doyles. A lot of good lads, you know. A lot of lads that stand in front of a bus for you. Do you understand? Like where I'm from, you're super loyal to your friends. And you don't tell on your friends, ever. You know why? Otherwise, you'll be labelled a rat. And nobody will ever want to know you. You understand? And like I said, where I grew up, there's a lot of fucking tough guys. That if you tell on and you go away and think just because you're not there, they can't get to your ma, you know. And that, like I say this to a lot of kids and a lot of people. Listen, education's the way forward. You know, your mates aren't always going to be there. And you need to be educated in order to walk through doors in life. You need education. Education is your biggest weapon, you know. I got thrown out of school at 13 for being a little prick. And then it's like my dad wasn't a fucking easy, you know. He liked to read. Back then, when I was a kid, my dad had a CB radio that ended up getting robbed. Well, his aerial anyway. A big fuck off 30, 40 foot aerial got nicked. And like I said, it's very hard to hide your aerial in the flats, you know. And if someone takes something off my family, mate, they're going to go and get it back. You know, listen, you don't take on your own. My dad got the fucking, he got it back. You know, a couple of days later, a fella from Inchicore called Pouchy got me dad's aerial back. Like I said, it's mad. It's like I grew up in an area full of tough guys. You know, real scary fucking guys, you know. And because of that, I learned fairly quick. Like I always knew, I'm not cut out to work in an office. I'm sorry, but it's not for me. But back then, fighting didn't pay bills. Do you understand? So I've always had a job, you know, from a young age. My mates will all verify and tell you that if they come in and out of here. You know, because my dad worked, I always knew that it was going to take a lot to make him proud of me because of all the mistakes that I'd made. You know, he warned me. He told me. He said, you're going to end up like them fucking fools over there. They're not the 12 apostles. They'll betray you like they did God. You know, but yeah, me dad, he had a fucking temper, you know.
he was the asshole. And if he threatened you, that he was gonna kill you when you came back, you were probably in fear, were you not? So did your brother come home to try and defend you, and then this gunfight happened? And you got so scared that you left?
This version of events would obviously clear Grant of any wrongdoing. The detective is hoping he takes the bait so that he changes his story and can then be placed under arrest for lying to police.
No, I mean, I left when I said that I had left. I just don't know what else to do to get you to come around, because
People, just let me check something. But nah, like I said, it's like, see, Dublin, there's a lot of tough areas in Dublin, you know. I just happened to grow up in one of the toughest areas. You know, like, our ma's never sent us out to fucking do things and break the law, and, you know, we'd nothing to do. So we made our own entertainment, you know, and like I said, on a good night, outside my gaff, right across the road, yeah, there'd be about 100 people, some nights 80 people. There'd be about 15 girls and the rest lads, like all the Bradys, Lisa O'Reilly, Tracy Cullen, Linda Sharon Brady, Linda Sharon Teresa. At the time, Teresa Brady was going out with one of my school friends, Keith Collins, yeah. And I remember going to this disco one night, and what I didn't know was the previous week, this lad that I went to school with, now he wasn't from Cherry Orchard, you know, but he was my schoolmate, you know, and I was with him the night he died, you know, and I remember coming out of this disco and there's just been a circle of people. I thought it was a fight. So as I'm pushing my way forward, I can just hear the scream. And in all fairness, I can still hear them now, you know. And before I got near them, I heard her voice. And when I seen him on the ground in a fetal position and the blood was leaking out of him, what I didn't know was he was had been stabbed in the chest 3 times, and one of them punctured his heart, so his chest cavity filled up with blood, and he was trying to talk, you know, and blood was coming out of his mouth and his nose. I knew he was fucked. I knew he had internal bleeding, you know, because I just knew. I took my jumper off. I tried to put pressure on the wound, but there's nothing I could do. It was just coming out, and I just remember being on my hands, and I had to go to Star Street, fucking like it. Like, once you see somebody bleeding from their mouth and their nose, you know that they're seriously in trouble. Like, they're really in trouble, you know. He was trying to talk, you know, but it's fucking, what I didn't realise until we found out years after what had happened, he was stabbed 3 times in the chest, and one of the stab wounds punctured his aorta, so his whole chest cavity had filled up with blood. So when he was trying to talk, there was blood coming out of his mouth and his nose. Do you know what he fucking said? He muttered. He was calling his ma, right? And he said, "I'm fucking dying," and I'm not joking you. It was coming out of his mouth and his nose. I am not lying. You know, I didn't know who did it. Obviously, whoever did it was long gone. Or for all I know, they were stood there watching, because everybody that come out of that disco was stood in a circle. First responders were trying to get in, and you were telling people to move. Will you fucking move? You know, they were doing CPR on them, and they were trying to put bandages, like they had to rip the jumper off him. You know what I mean? It's like he died right there. You know, at the funeral, his ma approached me and said to me, "Did he say anything?" I went to see him in the funeral parlour and I made him a promise that if I ever got within 2 feet of the person that did it to him, I'd make them fucking remember me. I'd be honest with you, I'm not a tough man, a hard man, or a fighting man. I've been on YouTube 8 years, I've never called anybody out. I've called a few people names, but I've never called people out for gains. Do you understand? Like, it is what it is. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect. I'm not. You know, I can be a bit of a prick at times. And I've got a lot of trauma that I'm dealing with. You know, I see dead people when I go to sleep. I have nightmares. You know, I've seen things, you know. What, you think you're tough? I've been around tough. Sadistically tough. In fact, mentally gone. Like, how can you convince a psychopath he's not a psychopath? You know, how? You know, like I said, people remember tough guys because of their actions. And I've witnessed a couple of people's actions, and then I've seen the reaction. Like, there's some people out there that have no value for life. Okay. It's like, I love people, I love animals, and I'm very sensitive when it comes to animals and people. You know, there is nobody in our circle on YouTube that has had his monetization paused. Listen, I wanted to get me silver plaque. Do you understand? I wanted to get me silver plaque off YouTube, but I put me foot on the brakes. And I said, here, I'll prove to this community that I'm the only one that has paused his monetization. And a lot of people have got on it and they're like, bro, why don't you charge membership money? I'll tell you why. Because I've been building a little army of channels that are growing every fucking day. People that have addiction issues, people that have mental health issues, people that get called junkies, addicts, people that are run down, that other people think you're not better than anybody. Nobody is better than you on YouTube, yeah? Everybody has issues. Some of us just ain't afraid to express our issues. Do you understand? It's like, I've had over 90 psychiatric evaluations, and believe me, on paper, I'm a certified psychopath with complex PTSD, psychosis, and survivor's guilt. That's 3 labels, right, that I have. Now, I have triggers. Ambulances trigger me. Fire engines trigger me. Trains trigger me. Bullies trigger me. Homophobic people, that bothers me. You see, I'm a humanitarian. I love people. you know, and I love animals. And I have a way with animals just like I have a way with people. You know. Why not? You know, it doesn't matter whether you're gay, bro. You know, a lot of people are afraid to come out and tell the world that they're gay and they're not afraid to say it, you know. If you like if you're gay, it's like you should be proud, you know, that you're being you and you don't need validating. And it's a shame a lot of gay people can't come out because there's a stigma attached to it. A lot of gay people, their parents don't know that they're gay. Their mammy does. Their daddy doesn't. You know, mammy knows. And mammy is willing to keep your secret as well. You know. Shout out to the mammies that aren't here anymore. You know. Shout out to all the mammies that aren't here anymore. You know, I had my mammy for years, so I'm delighted with that. But so the last 3 years, once I hit 1,000 subs, I said I'm gonna start helping our community by backing certain channels that I already knew were gonna get monetized, and that's what I can offer you. I can give you a YouTube channel, but it's up to you to do the groundwork and what have you. I've helped nearly 20 channels, and when the time is right, I'm gonna open my StreamYard, and without a doubt, without me even thinking about it, Finn and Francie will be on there. Ricky can jump on as well. Like I said, listen, you know, people that are in recovery, people that are on certain medications still, it's like everybody in here is welcome. I don't care whether you're gay, I don't care whether you're black, I don't care whether you're Muslim, Hindu, Christian. Do you understand? I don't care about religion. I don't care about sexuality. I don't care about skin colour. We all bleed red, yeah, know that. And you sleep under the stars just like I do. You know, I used to be racist, homophobic, prejudiced, biased, whatever you want to call it. I was a horrible cunt when I come here. And a black lady humbled me. Yeah. Humbled me. I was like, this woman has never did that on me. In fact, she's helping me. You know, my mates never told me that. You know, a black lady helped me when I had nothing. I didn't even have a fucking TV in the place. We had a bed, a cooker. Sorry, no. We had a bed and a kettle. Right? No cooker, no sofa, and no fridge. I wasn't in the house long. It's like, and I ended up having a fight with our son and his pals. They ended up beating my ass. Don't get me wrong, I got a few. I landed a couple of smacks, you know what I mean? But I took a few. He split me eye, me nose, me lip. And his mum was me next door neighbour, and I didn't know it. So, cause there was a commotion outside her house, she come out, and I seen her son running around the block. I ran after him. She's fucking screaming at me. She's like, "Yo, Irie, yo, bomber clad ass clad, you know. Yo, you man, that's my son." I'm like, "What? Who, man? Fucking you, man. Come here, man." I'm like, I'm turning around. I'm like, you man, which man? Anyway, I didn't understand. She was a yardie, Jamaican lady. You know, I didn't understand her patter or her language. She's like, yeah, good done. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, good, G. I was like, do I look good? She said, what happened to you? I said, I fucking had an argument with a few lads on my wall and I ended up punching one of them because he was sucking at me doing that. And I'm like, she said, what did he look like? I said, black. She said, I beg your pardon. I said, no, I don't think I fucking will. She said, what did you just say? Next of all, like I said, her son coming out of nowhere. I tried to run after him. She let me know real quick. That's her son. Then, while he's running, his brother pulled up in a car. I could have had him my ass. I could have been in hospitals. They already beat me ass. You know, and his brother had a reputation. You know, the Bells. Google them. Google Junior Bell and Orville Bell, Manchester. Cheetham Hill versus Moss Side. Cheetham Hill and Dodderton. Do you understand? We're fighting with each other at the time. I only had the house 6 weeks run, but we'd sleep in at night, or some nights we'd stay at my granddad's, which was across the road, just off Stockport Road, yeah? So the brother told me a couple of weeks previous the house was sprayed with bullets and his brother was hit in the back and was in hospital. You know, bro, they shot the whole house up, yeah? Mine included. Now, I wasn't in it. Ron, he pointed out the bullet holes to me, right? And I was like, I'm thinking, hang on, I'm the only white man in this cul-de-sac. And it's like, my ex-partner has just lost the baby a few months ago and she was pregnant again. And bro, she was proper anxious because they were sitting on the wall breaking bottles in my garden. You know them big bottles of 2020 or whatever they're called. You know, and bro, they were breaking them in the garden. So I went out and I asked them nicely to get on my wall. And my man's like that, look, you know, they're sucking his lips at me. And I'm like, you know what, fuck this. Boom. I knew I was going to get my ass beat, so I got a couple in. You know what I mean? It's like me head split. Don't get me wrong, that's an old wound, but it reopened. You know, but in all fairness, I'm glad he fucked me up because I ended up befriending them. You know, and what I didn't know was, they were in a certain business, allegedly, according to the media. And anyway, I got away from Ballyfair, when I was a kid, to get away from nonsense, to get away from violence, you know, to get away from that shit. Like, when I was a kid, allegedly, I minded shit for people, right? Allegedly. You know, and I'm not going to go into what it was, but I thought as a fucking cowboy, mate, it's like, you know. Well, bro, I'll be honest with you. This lady, she's like, Wagwan. I'm like, what? You know, I hadn't got a clue what she was saying. She's like, Wagwan, Irie. And in all fairness, bro, right, even though I got my ass beat, you know, the two of them are brothers, and he'd live next door to me, yeah? And I'd be honest with you, bro, I deserved it, because I headbutted one of them, bro. Listen, they're on me wall. I asked them nicely to get off, and basically they just tossed me off. My man's sucking his lips, and I'm like, you know what, bro? You disrespectful little bastard. You know, and the truth be told, there was only 3 years between us, but he'd a shitload of brothers, you know, and they were gangsters, you know, and his big brother come up to me, he goes, bro, listen, that won't happen again. Guys, if you're not up to Straight Out Clondalkin 22, he's another channel I'm going to help. And I guarantee you, when all these channels, I reach out to you and I say, guys, the time has come. We need to unite the clans and light the beacons. So, everybody that I've helped, what I'm going to ask them to do is to jump on my panel. I can only have 9 on at a time, I think, or 8. But like I said, when I go into this rehab run, I'm going to be doing StreamYards to keep my mind occupied, you know. And I'm going to vlog everything, you know. I'm going to go through hell. But listen, I'm prepared to die, bro. It could kill me. I'm ready to die, you know, to do this. You know, I don't want to die, you know. I want to be here for my sons and my daughters and my grandkids. Like I said, I won't ask somebody to do something I'm not willing to do. You know, and Ron, like I said, this has never been about money for me, right? But I think I've helped a couple of people right now. I've got screenshots of the money that I've made on YouTube, that I've made on TikTok, that I've made on Instagram, that I've made on Facebook. Not a fucking penny. I did this because somebody had to take one for the team. Someone had to take a hit and an L. So, to prove to you that I'm the real deal and I'm here to help, I got my channel monetized and I paused it. I fucking paused it. Now, you know what pausing your channel does, don't you? You don't make money. You don't get membership fees. Bro, look many videos I've made. Look many subs I have, right? I'm not a big channel, but my channel was monetized and I paused it because I cared about people. Like, you know, I cared about like-minded people. You know, I'm a people person. I love people. And if I believe that I'm helping something grow, I'm going to get behind it. And I've got, the only angle I've ever had here is a couple of people tried to make a mockery of me on that channel one night a few years ago and told me I had a shit little channel, and at the time I was on 600 subs, no names. Exposure TV and PP mocked me. How long is Jude on here? Many subs has he got? I had about 600. At the time PP had about 2,500. Hey, I've gone past you now though, haven't I, dickhead? Haven't I? Hey, you are wrong about me. I'm not a cunt like you. I don't charge people money, and they all know it. Hey, how noble is that? Do you understand? And when the time is right, you remember the cesspit, don't you? Well, here, we're gonna have a channel similar to that, except for non-toxic environment. Socialism against barbarism. I'm a grateful person. I'm a gratitude, optimism is sustainable. I'm going to build something over there and I want it to help people. Do you understand? I can prove to you how much money I've made off social media in 8 years. 0. The only time I make money is if you buy me a coffee. Now, the only thing with that is, I don't have a coffee link. You know, so all these little things is telling you, here, this guy didn't do this for money. His channel's paused. Look how long it's paused. That means I paused any monies that come in. You know, I didn't do YouTube for the money. You know, I did it to bring people together. I did it because I see things before they happen. And I was on the cesspit, and at the time, that channel was getting more fucking numbers in on a nightly basis than any other channel on Air Circle at the time. You know, loads of people were on the cesspit. I fell out with loads of people on the cesspit. I was exposed on the cesspit by PD. Many years ago, I was a heroin addict. I was a heroin dealer, allegedly. I'm not proud of the fact. I went to prison. I was on remand for so many months, and the copper shouldn't have been on holiday that had me up because the judge wasn't impressed. I got bail, I come over here. Now, I can tell you my history, you know, and a lot of my friends can speak for me. You know, I don't need validating. I'm not a tough man, I'm not a hard man, I'm not a fighting man. I can just fight. Like I said, listen to me, I'm from Cherry Orchard. You can take the boy out of Ballier, but you can never take the Ballier out of the boy. Anyway, long story short, I've tried to kill myself on 2 occasions. I tried to hang myself with a belt made in fucking Taiwan and it snapped. If you're ever hanging yourself, get a Chinese belt. No, all jokes aside, but no joke thing. It didn't work, so I went over there. That's a railway line. Down there. It ran over me. God doesn't want me yet. Do you understand? God doesn't want me yet. Like, so I said to myself, after I was embarrassed by a couple of people on YouTube that had a big platform, like Exposure TV, and I don't hate the fella, but he did insult me many years ago and mocked me and said I had a little shit channel. You're so right about that. But what about this now? We've gone past you, haven't we, lad? Haven't we, lad? Eh? Soft lad. But anyway, I don't hold no grudges. It's like, but they call me names that insulted me, you know? Like, it's not hard, it's not easy being in recovery most of your life, you know, and trying to get on with things normally. Like, trying to do the missus, the kids, the dog, the house, the bills. You know, see, man, see the city, you paid tax for over 20 years in the city. You know, there's some people that come here that don't contribute or do fuck all, you know, put anything back into the system, you know. But I always knew that I was very good at bringing people together, you know. I grew up in an area where there's a lot of tough guys, you know, a lot of well-known names. You know, I grew up with them, and a lot of good lads that the media give an awful hard time. Now, back to this. I said that I was going to help grow a few channels and I was going to come back, and then what I was going to do, I was going to open up a channel like the cesspit, except for not negative or as toxic as it. Now, if you had asked me a year ago, would I be back at me Mars, getting ready to go into rehab? When they have a bed, I'll be ready. You know, it could be a week, it could be 6 weeks, it could be 8 weeks. I don't know, but the process is already in process. You know, the ball's starting to roll, and it's like I said, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do this rehab at home. You know, in life, sometimes people don't understand conditions, like they don't understand what withdrawal is, they don't understand what detox is, they don't understand what it does to your body, you know, over the years. And I know all this, you know, I've not made things easy for myself, I'll tell you that, you know. And I'll be honest with you, this is probably the most afraid I've ever been in my life, and I've been in some sticky situations. You know, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a hard man, a tough man. But I have been fighting all my life. You know, at 4, I lit a fucking fire in my house, a match under a bed, and the bed went up real quick. So did my hair on my t-shirt and whatever was on me. And that morning, my little brother and sister died in a fire at my hand. So all my life I tried to left drugs. You know, I tried to block it out with drugs, you know, I'll be honest with you. I tried to block it out because of drugs, because I couldn't deal with it. You know, like you imagine lighting a match in your home and it ends up where your brothers and sisters get burnt to death in it. You know, I could hear them screaming on the balcony, Ron. You know, in fact, bro, the screams never go away. So, bro, right, so the cesspit was a channel, just like mine. And a lot of people at the time on YouTube were growing their channels. And this channel, the cesspit, it started getting big numbers, like it started, some nights you'd get 30 to 100. Then what happened was, some nights you were getting from 100 to 200, which led to 200 to 400, which led to 400 to 800, which led to 1,000 people watching every night, coming in, commenting, engaging, slagging each other off. And it was proper one of them where I tried my best to restore order. I was one of the head mods on it, and it's like, any time it come to fight or whatever, I always defended the person, because I always believed you don't go to a man's house where he's got children and his family. You know, you wait till you see, if you've an issue with somebody, you wait till you see them, and you wait till they're away from their missus or their kids, you know, and you never approach your man when he's with his fucking family. I've just got these old school principles. If you don't like it, I'm not going to apologise for it. Okay, I was taught with gratitude, optimism is always sustainable. With gratitude, optimism is always sustainable. And as a kid, my dad used to hit me with cliches, and I hadn't got a fucking clue what he was saying. But, so bro, this channel, the cesspit, loads of channels grew from it. You know, I wouldn't say my channel grew, I didn't benefit. You know, like Matthew made a few quid out of it. But then what happened was, they start calling people out. You know, and it's like if I'm part of your team, yeah, and I'm saying to you, bro, listen to me, yeah, that's not going to end well. Do you understand? Calling gypsies fucking all kinds of names, bro. These people will come to your fucking house where your kids are and smash your gaff up to bits. You don't understand the trauma that'd have on a child. You know, like I said, see Gypsy Wars, you stay the fuck out of them. And you do not slay gypsies, because you get a knock at the fucking door, mate. You know, like I said, they don't intimidate me, you know, because I'm around gypsies. On this housing estate, the last 32 years, this house has been here for 32 years. And I've watched a lot of the gypsy kids on this manor grow up. Shout out to all the Keenans, all them boys, you know, Mark drinks with all them boys, you know. You love me. I was supposed to go up to the boxing club and fucking do a bit of training with the kids and all, with the pads, you know, like sharpen their defenses, you know. I don't think I would be into. Well, bro, here's the thing. I wasn't all bad. You know, like some of it, like, was funny. You know, we had like, and bro, what me point being, like, I've only a small channel, okay, and a certain amount of people come in it. Now, the best I've had in my channel is about 100 and something one time. But this channel, the cesspit, started getting like 600 to 800 people coming in. And it's like, I was learning about YouTube. Bro, what you up fucking for? Give me a nickname or something. Fucking so I can call you. It doesn't have to be a bleeding nickname. I know you told me your name, I just believe and forget. But like I said, it's like there's a lot of people on YouTube that have mental health issues. There's a lot of people on YouTube that are ex-addicts, that are on the same medications I'm on, that are afraid to come away from it, you know, but it's like, I don't go to pubs, you know, I don't go to clubs, I don't go in pub toilets with another man. Yeah, it's not for me, you know. I made a deal with God a long time ago. You know, if he got me out of jail with one of my eyes, that I'd serve him, you know, and I'm a believer, you know. Like I said, out of everybody on YouTube, I'm the only one who doesn't charge people, who's had his channel paused. Bro, it'd be like you, right? When you get to 50, 24 hours later, you can do lives. Now, make shorts about anything, right? And anybody that becomes, anyone who subs to your channel, you return the courtesy, you know what I mean? And, bro, listen, you'll be on, I guarantee it, you'll be on 50 subs in the next couple of days. I'm very good at helping people that are on 10 subs, that want a YouTube channel. And like I said, bro, everybody on here that does what I'm doing charges people money. They charge people for shout outs. Now, I'm only a small channel, bro, right? But I've had nearly 3.5 million views on my channel. Cow, that'll do. That's sound, that, bro. Guys, I need you to do me a favour, yeah? If you're not sub to my man in the chat, go straight out Clondalkin 22, can you do it? And I'll tell you the reason why I want you to do it, because he attended my uncle's funeral and my cousin's funeral and knows all my family. And if I'm lying, or if I said this or that, he'd turn around and say, hang on a minute, bro, I know your people. You know what I mean? What you lying for? Cole could ask all them fitzes about me, and they'll all tell you what Jude was like years ago. But bro, you know when you fucking get older, you tend to want to settle down. But when it comes to YouTube, Cole, right? A few of my mods will tell you, my way works. Now, when you get, I think it's 4,000 watch time hours on YouTube or something like that, your channel gets monetized, right? Now, I've helped easy 15 channels in 8 years. I've given people advice, I've given them guidance, I've basically been a fucking mentor, an uncle, you know, and it's like I love to help people, you know, and I've managed to do that, and this has always been how I was going to go. I was going to get so many fucking subs, so many videos, I was going to connect with a few million people around the world, and then I was going to bring everybody back who I've helped to just jump on my panel the odd night, have a chat, whether it be about football, whether it be about politics, whether it be about what's going on in Ireland, whether it be about addiction, whether it be about robbed cars or prison, you know, or rehab or whatever. Everybody's fucking welcome, you know, and I can help you. If you have a YouTube channel and you're under 20 subs, I can guarantee you, yeah, I can help you get that other 30. You know, and I'm not going to ask you for a membership fee. I'm not going to ask you for a coffee, because I don't have a link. But when the time is right, all the channels that I've helped, I said to myself, I know that every channel that I've helped, if I put up a coffee link, every one of them channels that I've helped, all I'll ask you to do is to either buy me a coffee once in your fucking life, or donate £2 or £3 to me project, being a big fuck off gazebo Now, I know I won't have any problems raising the money because there's a lot of good people in the community that have reached out to me and said, Jude, give me your bank details and I'll send you this. Give me your PayPal. I don't have one. And no, I'm not giving you my bank details. Didn't come on here for that. But when the time is right, I'm going to build something in the garden and it's only there to help you. If I've helped nearly 20 channels, right, in 3 years, but really 8 years, I've advised people, I've fucking counselled them, I've been like a therapist and a shrink, all rolled into one, you know, and like I said, slowly, I have built it, and I've just saying build it and they'll come, Joe McDonald's and I'm done. I'm self-taught. I got thrown out of school at 13. I was an Amadon. You know, I could read and write. I wasn't illiterate, you know. I read a lot when I was a kid and when I grew up. I read a lot of books. You know, my father had loads of books. As punishment, I had to read the bastards. Co, me and I tell you, right? Now, you know the way all the lads are, right? And it's like, when I become a granddad, and it's like when you see your own kids grow up and have kids. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I had a massive ego when I was a kid. You know, well, when I start working in the asylum, you can imagine, you know, bro, Jesus Christ couldn't even touch me in there. Do you understand? Like, and I'm not fucking joking. Now, obviously, Jesus can wipe you out, right? But I'm just saying, I was around a lot of tough lads from Ballier, and bro, I knew they had me back. You know, so my job was very easy. I'd have doing it for free. You know, like I worked in Paynes, you know, Spar and Ballier. I worked in there, and over it was a hairdresser called Eamon's at the time, right? And for a whole year, anytime I went up to the storeroom, there was like loads of fucking products that he could use, right? And he said to me one day, he said, you don't have any tissue in there, do you, kiddo? He used to call me kiddo, yeah? And I said, yeah, just keep your eye on the stairs. So I take out 48 toilet rolls here. There's a box of bleach. There's a box of baby wipes. There's black bags. Boom, giving them everything, yeah? And he always said to me, listen, anytime you want a haircut, you know, I'll give it to you for free, right? Now, I didn't realise, yeah, he was grooming me, right? At the time, he had his own family and all, kids, wife, everything, right? But I didn't realise till years later that's exactly what he was doing. So, because I helped Eamon for a year while I was working in this Spar, he called me one day when I was outside, because their storeroom, Spar was on the main road, right? And then over the Spar was the hairdressers, yeah? So there's a stair up, so I said to him, keep your eye on the stairs, that nobody out of the Spar comes up, and I'll give you a few things. He said, what have you got in there? I said, there's a bit of everything. What do you want? So he had a look. He said, I'll have that. So here, there you go. He tried to give me money. I said, I don't want it. You know, and you know something, you know, because I didn't accept that money. He knew that I had character and I had principle and I had morals. You know, I'm not giving it to you so you give me money. I'm just giving it to you. You know. And then one day he asked me, he said, much do you make down there, kiddo? I said, £66. He said, what, a week? I said, yeah. He said, do you want to work for me? I said, doing what? He said, do you know the Asylum nightclub? I said, yeah, I was there last week with all my mates. It's deadly. He's like, do you want to work in there? I said, doing what? He said, you know what? I was like, are you being serious? He said, here, I'm as serious as a heart attack. He said, much do you earn downstairs? I said, £66. I was on an apprenticeship butcher. You know, started at 14, led into 15. He said, right here. He handed me £100, right? And told me to go and get an outfit. I went and got a fucking red champion tracksuit, yeah, and a red beanie. I look like a post box. And basically, the next morning, I told my boss to stick his job up his arsenal, you know, because I went back to the salon and there was a few girls there and there was a few lads and there was a party, you know. So about 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm walking down the stairs and I see my boss and he goes, "Oh, man, I've been looking for you. Will you get in there and get your apron on? We're busy." I was like, "I'm not putting on an apron." He's like, "Listen, I haven't got time for this, dude. I'll fucking sack you." I was like, "How about stick your job up your arse, mate? I'm sacked. I've just sacked myself." And then he started giving her all of that, and then Eamon come down the stairs. He said, "What, is there a problem here?" I said, "Yeah, that prick is telling me to get in the kitchen." You know, and he said he doesn't work for you anymore. You know, he works for me now. And that was it. That was my way in. Marco. Brian Course, I know him. Mark Nail, you bet your bollocks, and Jackie C. Hey, bro, right, I seen her grab Gibbo one night with a cutthroat underneath. Listen, bro, without saying too much, Cole, I know him. I know him very well, and he was very generous to me, Brian. You know, but here, you don't fuck him. You do not fuck him. I'm telling you now, bro. At the time, he had a missus that was a fucking head case. You know, but yeah, he's a good. I'll be honest with you. I liked Brian. Brian was a good man, you know. It's like, and he bro, in all fairness, he looked out for me in a way. You know, him and Rusty. You know, like I remember, right, Tyke Delaney and fucking Gak Gagan from Clondalkin and Mobler and Nobler Smith, is it? And what's the eldest brother? Like, I knew the sister Karen. You know, I was in jail with Nobler's brother. What? Lar. Yeah, I was in jail with him. And bro, you know what he did, yeah? He tried to violate a youngster, right? Bro, I'm sitting there, yeah? I seen Lars Smith walk over to the snooker table and tried to take the snooker cue off this kid. You know, he put it on the kid, and bro, everyone's fucking watching, do you understand? He took the cue off the kid and went, "Fucking move." And bro, a few of them are like, "Yeah, bro, you're fucking out of order here. Don't start coming in here thinking you can fucking tell people what to do. Give him the cue back." Do you understand? So he ended up giving him the cue back, and the lad was petrified. You know what I mean? He was fucking bullying the lad. So you know what the lad did? He got a sock, put 3 snooker balls in it, went up behind him and fucking cracked him, bursted his head, put him into the medical unit. You know, picking on fucking youngsters. You know what I mean? Now look at you, you fool. Well, bro, like I said, Brian was a friend of mine. And I'll be honest with you, see his daddy, years ago, we used to go over the fields, right? And you know, if he caught you in the fields, they go fucking bonkers, they would. I'm gonna fuck off very soon, yeah? I'm gonna give me son a FaceTime, guys. But like I said, yeah, bro, it's a small world, Cole. You know, like I said, when you told me you went to my Uncle Christie's funeral, bro, you know, like that was enough for me. Because I knew, bro, when I asked you, you know, and what you said to me at the time, you said, bro, it wouldn't surprise me, Cole, if you went to Willie and Git's funeral as well, you know. But see, bro, listen, the fact that he fell off a bike, a decorated fucking soldier, that got me. But you went to his funeral, Cole. And because you went to his funeral, I said, I'm gonna fucking help this lad. Many subs are you on now? Many had you got at the start? You'd about 8 or 9. Is that right? Or had you more? It doesn't really matter, fucking, you know, like I said, bro, you attended my family funeral, so I respect that. I fucking help your channel, bro. Make as many shorts as you can, even if it's taking the dog for a walk, because more people see our channel, and because your channel's name is Straight Out Clondalkin, I convinced Francie to change his channel to Straight Out Cabra, and his channel's flying now. He's on 121. He has loads of canaries and a few parrots, and he's got a good channel. And bro, here's the thing, you know, when you have a channel, like that can be an income for you. Once you get your channel monetized, you can start making money. And I can teach you, bro, how to do it for free. All I need you to do is to pop into the live when I'm doing a stream, yeah? Say hello, you know, and I'll help everybody for free. You know, and some of the YouTube community's mad at me. You shouldn't be doing that, you, helping people for free, because you're fucking making us all look bad. How am I making you look bad? How? How am I making you look bad? You know what I mean? This was a choice. I didn't have to pause my channel, but I did, to prove to you I am not a greedy bastard. And believe me, I could do with the money. I don't have money. You understand? It's like, but I got more out of it than that. I made a few mates. Like, top of the tree for me is Pablo. There he is there. You see Pablo, if you're not sub to his channel, bro, sub to his channel, yeah? He's one of us, and I be honest with you, see Pablo helped me he helped me more than anybody did on here. And not just with me YouTube channel, bro, with me personal life. You know, like Pablo helped me more than a doctor did. I have to ring me son at 12:30, so guys, in about 10 minutes I'm gonna fuck off, but I'll be back later on because I'm chasing a target. Pablo, it's hard to get monetized in here, dude. I know. Well, Pablo, when the time comes, I always said, now here, Pablo can speak for me, right? Pablo's been here from the start, you know. When I tried to take my life and what have you, it's like, see, Pablo helped me. You know, I lost £290,000 of my dad's insurance money. And the reason I lost it is because my ma was dealing with a lot of things, and she started to have a drink, and she didn't read the letters. And they sent out 4 letters to say that, here, your payment hasn't been paid, and if you don't pay it, you risk losing your policy. She ignored all the letters. 2 days before New Year's Eve, I found out his money was gone. And he used to come to me at night in my dreams telling me how much of a fuck up I am, how ashamed of me he is. You know, I let him down. You know, he's ashamed of me, and them fucking words killed me. But Pablo helped me, bro. You see, Pablo helped me, because I wanted to go. I was like, I've lost me dad's money. I fucked up, you know, and I proper fucked up this time. I'll never get that money back. You know, we had plans for that money. Me and my dad spoke about it. I knew my dad was dying. We had time to prepare. But losing his money for me, like, I don't even think my family realised the damage it did to me. You know, because I felt like I failed him. All he wanted me to do was to make him proud, and I made the balls of it. You know. Brilliant. I'm gonna ring him in 10 minutes. What time are we on? No, guys, listen, in 5 minutes I'm gonna fuck off. I need to ring me son. But again, like I said, I've always said this. The reason why I've helped as many channels as I have is cause I need to unite the clans and light the beacons. A couple of people embarrassed me years ago on that channel, no names, Exposure TV. Told me I had a shit channel, said he felt sorry for me because I was on a certain medication, and then PP insulted me and said I have a shit channel. And at the time I did have a shit channel. And have a guess what? I grew another channel and we've gone past you, haven't I? Hey, I went past your shit channel, didn't I? And here, I told you one day I'm gonna grow a channel and I'm gonna bring everybody with me who I've helped. And I'm gonna open my StreamYard that night and I'm just gonna sit in the background and let them all talk and network with each other. And it's gonna turn into a fucking monster, this channel. But from the start, I have to have channels that don't have fucking mad arguments with everybody. Don't call people names. You know, don't act like a fucking tug or a fucking bully. You know, cause you'll be found out. But you know, I always did this cause I knew one day I was gonna unite the clans and light the beacons. You know, but what I do believe is when I open my StreamYard, it's like I'm gonna bring everybody on. All the new channels that are trying to grow, all I need you to do is to show up on the nights that I tell you, you know, and you're not just gonna help you're gonna help your channel grow. You know, like I said, I know if I have a few people on side, we can grow a bigger fucking platform than the cesspit. You know, there's loads of people that have 8-9 people on the channel every night. You know, now if this had been about money for me, I'd be killing TikTok, killing Instagram, killing YouTube and Facebook. But I did it out of principle and I stand on it. You know, this is all about a bigger picture. Once I open up my StreamYard and ask a few people, like, see Finn and Francie will always be on my channel. Pablo, anytime he wants to come on, he won't come on because he's too handsome for camera, the bastard. But we have it now. It's like all I need to do is to join the dots together. And my channel is going to be an Irish channel because a lot of the lads that's on it is, you know, a lot of them are dubs. A lot of them are from Dublin, you know. Like I said, and guys, if you're not sub to Straight Out Clondalkin 22 Co, he's trying to get to his first 50. If you're not sub to Pablo Escobar, we need to get Pablo to 1,000. You know why? He fucking deserves it. It's like, so if I have to make videos every day, Pablo, so be it. Right, guys, listen, I'm going to bounce. I have to dip because I have to ring my son, but I'll be back on in a little bit. Like I said, I'm nearly on 4,700 subs. That leaves 300 and here. I'm bringing a few of the dubs with me. Now, I'll tell you what I can offer you. You come on my panel, yeah? And I guarantee you, you'll end up getting 50 subs. Hey, I can help you. Do you understand? And once you have your own channel, you know, you write something about yourself, your bio, make as many shorts as you can, make as much content as you can, and everybody that's subbing to your channel, in your bio, write out their name, and in the description of your video, copy and paste it. Put it into the notes, write a few people's channels down and post on your videos. Put them in your description. And the more fucking short you make, the more people are gonna see our channel. But thank you, Lease. Like I said, you see him, he went to my uncle's funeral and he went to my cousin Keith's funeral. He knows all my family. And I said, like, if this guy is fucking serious, like, cause, you know, and he was. So shout out to Cole, straight out of Clondalkin. He's trying to get to 50. If you're not sub to his channel, can you do it? Please, cause, like I said, this is all about networking, bringing people together. Listen, if people want to donate £1 or £2, when I put my PayPal link up, they can do it. But this has always been about getting the numbers first, meaning getting over 3.5 million views on the channel. And it's like I'm going to bring on a few people on the panel and see how it works. You know, right, guys, I have to go because I'm ringing me. I'll be back on later. And again, if you're watching this now, this afternoon, this evening, tonight, if you're not sub to Air Pablo's channel, can you do it? If you're not, well, there you go, bro. This is what I'm saying. There's loads of Irish on here, bro. Loads of dubs. And I'll link yous all together. You know, I'm very good at doing that. You know, I did it on a street corner as a 15-year-old. You know, it's like I grew up on a corner with about fucking 100 lads up there. You know, and like I said, once you put the work in and you don't tell on anybody, no matter what happens, you'll always be one of the lads and welcome. You know, and I'll always be one of the lads up in Cherry Orchard. I was there from the start, but what I did learn is education's the way forward, not selling drugs, not telling the youngsters, here, there's £200, go and buy yourself a pair of trainers, but I want you to do me a favour. I need you to run over to there and drop this off. Yeah, no problem. The kid drops it off, goes, gets a nice pair of trainers, he goes home. His ma goes, where did you get them trainers? Ah, Billy got them for me. Did he? What did he get them for? 'Cause he likes me. Really? A week later, he's coming in with a new iPhone. Hey, ma, is that an iPhone? Yeah. Where'd you get it? Billy got it for me. Did he? Yeah. Why? 'Cause he likes me. Really? Where's Billy live? These gifts need to stop, or I'm going to give him the biggest gift of his life. I'll fucking kill him for free. Yeah, and I'll ring in an ambulance too and say it was me. I did it. Now you're not going to sell nobody that never again. You just fucked up, mate. There's your phone and there's your coat. And if you ever come near me son again, I'll kill you for dead. I'll leave you for dead. You know, like I said, education's the way forward. Right, guys, I have to go. Thanks for coming in. Cool. By the end of today, we'll try get you there, right? And like I said, I'm on here to unite the clans and light the beacons. I'll see you later.